is the worst thing you have done because you got confused between items in different hands? So I was flying from New York to Texas to see my parents. Haven't been home in like 8 months because work's been insane. I packed everything the night before, rushing like always, and grabbed 2 identical canvas tote bags from my closet. Both were beige, both looked exactly the same. No cute patches or anything to tell them apart. One bag had all the good stuff: homemade cookies for my dad, this fancy perfume my mom had been dropping hints about, and some chocolate from this place she loves. The other bag had my regular travel junk: phone charger, headphones, snacks for the plane, magazines I'd never actually read. Airport was a nightmare that morning. Security line was wrapped around twice because apparently half of New York decided to travel that Tuesday. I'm standing behind this guy in a business suit who's got the exact same bag as mine, like identical. I even joked with him about it while we waited. He laughed and said his wife bought it for him because it fit perfectly in the overhead compartment. When we got to the x-ray machine, the TSA lady was barking orders like a drill sergeant. Laptops out, shoes off, liquids in separate bins. I'm fumbling around, trying to balance everything, and this businessman is doing the same thing right in front of me. We both tossed our bags into those gray bins at exactly the same time. Of course, the machine started beeping because someone behind us had forgotten to take their phone out of their pocket. Everything got backed up. The TSA agents were moving bins around, stacking them, unstacking them. Total chaos. When they finally called us forward to grab our stuff, I just grabbed the first beige tote bag I saw and rushed to my gate. Flight was packed. I got stuck in a middle seat between this chatty lady who kept trying to show me pictures of her cats and some dude who smelled like he'd bathed in cologne. About halfway through the flight, cat lady starts complaining she's starving. The airline meal looked like cardboard, so I figured I'd be nice and offer her some of the cookies I'd brought for my dad. I reached into my bag, and instead of feeling the crinkly plastic wrapper of my mom's chocolate chip cookies, my hand hit something that felt like thick paper. Envelopes. Lots of them. My stomach dropped. I pulled one out real quick and it was stuffed with cash, like thick stacks of hundreds. I'm sitting there trying not to freak out, and I keep digging. More envelopes with money. Then I find 3 passports, all with different names but the same guy's photo, the businessman from security. At the bottom of the bag, there's jewelry. Not like cute earrings, but serious stuff. Diamonds, gold, watches that probably cost more than my car. I'm sweating bullets now. Cat lady is still talking about her precious Mr. Whiskers, but I can't hear anything she's saying. My brain is screaming that I'm holding someone's smuggling operation in my lap at 30,000 feet. Before I could figure out what to do, the pilot comes on the intercom. Ladies and gentlemen, we're making an unscheduled stop in Dallas due to a security issue. Please remain in your seats. 20 minutes later, we're on the ground and 2 officers in uniforms board the plane. They walk straight down the aisle to my row. Ma'am, we need you to come with us. Everyone's staring. Cat lady gasps. Cologne guy leans away like I'm contagious. I'm trying to explain about the bag mix-up, but they're not listening. One officer takes the bag, the other one escorts me off the plane while everyone films with their phones. Next 14 hours were the worst of my life. They stuck me in this tiny airport holding room that smelled like cleaning chemicals and stale coffee. Detective after detective grilled me about my operation. They kept asking who I was working with, how long I'd been smuggling, where the money came from. I told them about the bag swap probably 50 times, but nobody believed me. Finally, around midnight, this tired-looking investigator walks in with a tablet. We reviewed the security footage, he says. You're telling the truth about the swap. Turns out they'd caught the real owner trying to board another flight to Mexico under a fake name. Guy had warrants in 3 states. They cleared me, gave me a voucher for a hotel room, and put me on the first flight to Texas the next morning. But the damage was done. Half the people on that original flight had posted videos of me getting arrested.